Hello everyone, welcome to the Perception Show with me, Buena. And today I'm honored to be hosting a leader and an entrepreneur, Honorable Kyagulanyi Musa Tariq. Honorable.
Yes, sir.
So you call about Sebo?
Nango Kusa.
Honorable, can you say hi to our viewers?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kyagulanyi Musa Tariq, mostly known as the youngest aspirant on the recent concluded ballots of 2026-2031. I contested in Kawempe. Eranga Kyagulanyi wakalaba.
Yes, sir.
Tukatambula bulungi naye tetwafunamu ebyokuyiga era nga tugenda beera tukomawo okubeera nga tuvuganya ate n'okuwangula. What it means to be a boy of a man, it means responsibilities. Hard taken responsibilities and braveness. We see our fathers struggling to bring something on the table, but their efforts are usually not recognized because as the society we are living right now has endeavored to put out their feminism while forgetting the men who eventually built the platforms on which the feminists stand to protest against the men. So being a man in this current regime, era of time, is very difficult. But we are struggling and we are managing.
So Honorable, do you think a boy child right now is underlooked?
I won't say boy child is underlooked.
In support?
In support. A boy child, I won't say is completely underlooked, but is underlooked to a certain extent. First of all, I do not have any kind words for a boy child because as a boy child, we are supposed to struggle, we are supposed to be strong, and we are supposed to be fighters. As boy childs, we are not supposed to get things for free. Though there are some things where we are supposed to be assisted. Now we see in places of employment, the females have been at least being given chances to at least participate. We are even seeing that right now the females were not competing very well politically, so they were given a position of woman MP at least per district. Those are opportunities available to the females. And every opportunity of skilling children has mostly gone to the girl children, which is not bad, but I think the boy children are forgotten. Why? There are some sectors where the boy children are participating. For example, the sports sector, omupira, weightlifting, netball, volleyball. Those activities are underfunded and underlooked. The boy children also need support. Those activities should be sponsored to a full magnitude as how they sponsor the girl campaigns.
So do you think there is a pressure being put on the boy child on this day of era?
What do you mean by pressure?
You see, for example, you've been talking about how it's as if right now the government and society is supporting or favoring the girl child in many things. You've talked about the political things. So it means if they are put, for example, a woman MP, that means there is a direct entry for a woman to enter parliament. But do we see a pressure being put on boys or men on, for example, on that aspect of joining parliament? Because for them, there is no boy or man of parliament. You get? So is there any deliberate pressure on boys or men in this society?
I would not say so, because if your question is based on the political aspect, and politically, the females are a bit inferior to the males, that seeing positions where a male and a female are contesting, of course the male is standing at 80% chance of winning. So I won't say that is pressure. But then we are seeing other sectors where men have been pressurized and have been treated unfairly. We are going to go to the marriage sector. Marriages these days are one-sided. We can see an abusive marriage when the female is the one who's abusive, but on the time of divorce, she benefits a lion's share. These are all the unfairness which we are seeing at the moment being practiced towards the male figures. I've interacted with a lot of males who have actually gone through divorce their lives are spoiled, but from our lives are moving on. This is because the treatment towards men is a bit unfair. They do not hear the man's side if there is an issue concerning a female. Even if a female is just making up stories or whatever they are saying is not completely correct, which I think is not right. I feel like females and males, how they are being made to stand equal chances in employment and opportunities is the same way they should be made to have equal chances in being heard and justice.
Okay. As a leader,
yes,
what are some of those things that you think the society or government should do to support a boy child?
The things which I think the society and the government should do to support
as a leader.
First of all, the boys, most boys are skilled. Let us say they have different skills. Some boys are athletes, as I told you earlier. Abamu bazanyi babikonde, bazanyi ba mupiira. Abalala bali passionate about politics. Abalala bali passionate about mechanics. Abalala okubajja bakutegeera. So they are unlike the girl child who is a bit limited, because kizibu nnyo okusanga omuwala gye bali nekizibu okusanga omuwala ng'amanyi okubajja. So I think the only way they can support the boy children is availing resources to them, availing opportunities of training to them, increasing funding to vocational schools and building more vocational schools, bagende bayiga skills, bafuuke empowered, because once a man is empowered, automatically a female is empowered. Because once a man is empowered, ajja genda awase, abeere ne family, mukazi we abe nga musanyufu, naye nga musanyufu. Naye once a female is empowered, females are, even research shows, they're a bit more selfish than males. So they usually keep the wealth to themselves. But the men are usually sharing the wealth with the family and their women. So if the men are empowered, the boy children are empowered through these schools, through putting up interest-free loans and easily accessible loans for them to develop their small-scale businesses, then we shall be able to empower them.
So from the society where you come from, do you think the boy child has been supported?
As nga whatever wansanze waneno, by the way, abatulaba tuli ku office za we are youth organization to dealing mu skilling all children, neither boy neither girl. We are not discriminative. Neno society gye tukuliddemu sirinza gamba nti boy child bamujjukidde ekiri awo. Society gye tulimu yabana bitone, bayimbi, bakubi ba bikonde, naye ba politician bangi abayiseemu, even the former, have promised gyms, have promised studios eri bano abavubuka, and they have not delivered, which has yet led them to crimes and high crime rate and doing acts which are not favorable to society. But I think if they were remembered, they would be better people, because here in Kawempe, I give myself another example, we have people who are talented and people who can really benefit the society.
Okay, so Honorable, as we wind up with this topic, can you tell me one of the people who inspired you as a role model? Who is a man? Do you have any role model who is a man? Somebody who inspired you?
Uganda, not Uganda.
Okay, let us first base in Uganda. Do you have any, since you're a leader, you are a political person, do you have that person that inspired you to join politics?
Yes.
Who is a man?
Yes.
Who is that person?
Kyagulanyi Musa.
And from the look of things, you didn't contest as an NRM person, isn't it?
Yes.
You came as an independent.
Yes.
And I'm very sure if
independent opposition leaning candidate.
And I'm very sure if there was any way,
yes,
you would have come in a political party which is not NRM, which is purely opposition. Why is it that the person who inspired you to join politics, he's the same person you didn't support when you were contesting as an MP?
Even the devil was once an angel. So so okubeera nga His Excellency General Kyagulanyi Museveni role model wange tekitegeeza nti ate neegomba kati byakola. Nizo banga neegomba byali akola mu 1986.
Kati byenjagala ongambe bintu ki byali akola nga they inspired you to
he had a vision before.
Yeah.
But maybe we do not know what happens behind closed doors. Maybe he lost his vision. But the vision he came with, the urge he came with, to put the Ugandans out of the then oppression, and to try to improve their standards is something we should appreciate. Though we shall not appreciate what he has brought to Ugandans, because afterwards, Uganda ajivuze to take it back to the same situation it was 40 years before he took over power.
Okay. Honorable, what are some of those opportunities that young people have today in the economic world that you think that they have not utilized as young people?
The opportunities which are there for the young people. Let us look at maybe PDM, but we shall not say they are not utilized. The way these opportunities are dispersed and way of accessing them is the one which is limited and difficult. There are also some funds in an organization called PSFU. Mainly it has a project called GROW, but it is looking at females mostly, females in business. But GROW has really helped eyambye, abantu beyambye, but to also get money of PFC out of PSFU, it is a bit of nepotic. Oinobango omanyi gundi ate okubye essimu gundi ate ogenze wa minister gundi, which is also a hindrance. I think nga tetunagamba nti abavubuka balina opportunities ze batakwesezza, opportunities tuzifuule ennyangu ez'okutuukako, then tumale tubanenye not to use those opportunities. But as of now, I cannot stand on any platform and blame any Ugandan youth for being broke or poor. Because all opportunities ziri directed to a certain group of individuals. Katugenene ku university scholarships. Sorry to say. But ogenda n'otunuya listi za university scholarships nga one certain ethnic group is leading from number 1 to number 100. Which is something which is devastating. N'otunulira omwana wa minister naye nga naye bamutadde ku group again ofuna university scholarships. So some decisions are made, but are made out of poor planning. University scholarships should not look at who is best.
Okay.
They should look at who is in need. Omwana asobera mu ssomero nga yatuulidde kitende n'afuna 2. Omwana n'atuulira ekyannaggolo n'afuna 12. Who do you think needs the university scholarship?
But do you think it is fair? Or we 12 okubera nga ali ku government ng'owabi tagifunye?
Life is not fair. Senga life was fair, senga fena tuli kampa tushamuzi marshal. Neyinza n'okubuza emmoloka gy'ogiddemu nga togiina.
Kituufu.
Is life fair? Kati vamu ebyo bya life is not fair. As a leader and as people governing a society, you do what is right. Si kiri fair. Wonaabeera fair, abagagga bajja sigala nga balinnya mu kamwa kabali less privileged. Tutunuulye ng'ensonga z'omwala. Baateekawo fairness nti abantu waliwo abaakaayanye, nti abatembeeyi balemesa abantu ogenda mu maduuka ne bagoba abatembeeyi ku kkubo ne bazimba ku mwala. That was the fairness. Twafunamu ki in the fairness? Mazzi yingira amaduuka g'abantu. Kitegeeza the fairness in politics or fairness in people administration does not work. Fairness only works when it is right. But if fairness is leading us to a disaster, then you have to lean against the side of the oppressed to help them. But tetujja beerawo ku fair, mbu fair, mbu simaya fair, bulamu tebuli fair, tulina kukola kikola kituufu.
Okay. He is an opposition leaning person, so you can understand. But regardless, we move. What are some of those skills that you think should be given to the youth in this economy to ensure? Because there is a question that I wanted to ask you. That let me first ask you the question, maybe before you talk about the skills. Do you think that abavubuka just bagayavu? Because we have seen it in scenarios nga omuvubuka bamuwadde omulimo and instead of and the job description says ajesawa biri. Naye yasuze mu bbara azesawa nnya.
Mimi jino jisaswa sente meka.
No, I'm just giving an overview of this. Do you think nti onazesawa nnya wetano nga mutamivu?
Yes.
Do you think una obonenya ba regulators or ba employers?
First of all, your question does not teach relevant to ask it in that way.
Okay.
Why? Wotunulira bakola ekyo, soko tunulira how many youths are employed before giving such an example. Oyinza banga owoza youth ng'ogamba musajja wa myaka 45 nga yagenda yesulire wali anywe bbiyawe ajje okola. But the youth, nze ba youth bennyini bemmanyi, which is between age of 18 to around 35, most of them are not employed. Abali employed bakola emirimu egyarayise ennyo, omuntu omusuubira bakyokufuna moral, omuntu akola kwadwe yabamu 15,000 ng'olinza ozikolera, gwagamba nti omuntu yasuze mu bbaara ali unmotivated, nawe kennyini toniza zikolera. So I feel like some conditions should be changed. Yes, waliwo a bit of reluctance eri mu baana abalenzi. Then reluctance evolves ku ba leaders baabwe. Let us train these boys tuba training from down, we groom them in circles. Tubarage nti okubeera ng'ogenda cases za mu bbaara kireeta kino. Nene government ekwagala mu mabbaara, government terina regulation ku bbaara zikola mpaka ku makya. Ne ssaawa zino ze nina ebbaara gye niyinza okutwala nga bo bali mu party. Waliwo ebbaara ne gye bayogerako mu parliament, speaker yennyini n'agamba yo togyogerako. So sometimes the negligence eva waggulu. Bara muziteekeko regulations. Nendamu abazigendamu mumanyi obudde bwozigendamu. Though nga tugamba ne ba employers respect human activity. Obusiramu bugamba omuntu omusasule ng'entu yo tezinnakala ate tomulyaza amaanya. Bwe mbutuufu omuntu asitudde obusawo bwa semiti 10 olunaku omwadde 15,000 nga kulwaki takomawo enkya ssaawa 5. So I think it is negligence of the leaders before the negligence of the youth. Bano abaana bonga bo bagabya mu bulamu bulungi. And mentally you get frustrated. Ozere roba kwadde 15,000 zowuddako bakwadde 12,000 omuyindi akuvumye. Ate bano abayindi bennyini ali okuvuma government bewa tax breaks. Fa bana Uganda bakola business government ekanya tukanda misolo. Naabo seba bagwira we bajja they get 2 years of tax break. Why not give it to Ugandans? No bateekako laws no bagamba nti omusolo tugenda kuwa mu tax break ya myaka 2 but tutaddewo etteeka minimum wage ya mitwalo 2 but ne ka minimum wage kabula. Even research ekiraga nti abantu abasinga abali mu working class ng'ovuda bakolera mu corporate mu government ba-aninga 15,000 okudda wansi per day. That is $1.5. Obusente. Nze newe mbukuwe saa zino ne girlfriend wo n'obumweza aliza obutabukwata. So there should be an improvement about those issues.
Kati obadde ku ground, you've been on ground. Wali mu kalulu ng'oli ku ground abavubuka bano babaddemu. What are some of those things emirimu gy'olaba bo bennyini you as leaders nga tuvudde ku baani abali waggulu mu government naye mwenga abakulembeze skills mirimu ki which kind of these jobs do you think these people can create for themselves or you people have created for them?
You're saying us as us?
You as leaders abali ku ground, how have you inspired bana abantu mubagamba bakole ki?
First of all, ugamba you as leaders abali ku ground.
Because it's as if that, and I want to agree with you at some extent, government has failed.
It has not failed. It has been negligent. The government the government has all capabilities. Newe sarawo kera ncha. Ogamba buli muvubuka ku account ye kugenda bera kakadde ne kubaka kakadde. I give you a perfect example. Omanyi budget ya Uganda education.
So
it is around 4.something billion US dollars. Naye mu Uganda geno onoonya amasomero agali mu condition ennungi. Wojja okutandika okukaaba amaziga olabe nti mu Uganda mulimu ssente ezibbibwa. Office ya Prime Minister yasabye obuwumbi 100 for donations. 100 billion
for donation.
For donation. Zo sente zigabira abavubuka kale abali mu Kampala. So government is just reluctant.
Okay.
Either the government does not like its citizens, or banga the president is misinformed. One of the two.
Okay.
But I read back ekigambo ky'okugamba nti waliwo opportunities zonna abavubuka ze batakweseza. Fenga ffe wano tugezezaako sikiringa abavubuka. We have trained dancers.
Okay.
They earn a living out of it. We have trained artists. They get a living out of it.
You talked about boxing.
Yes, twina aba boxers.
Okay.
But training awo ku Jimmy ya Zebra. Shout out to Alex.
Do you have any prominent boxer avudde waawo?
Yes, twina prominent boxers bangi. I would not list names, but bangi.
Okay.
Maybe they moved on kati nga baakula. But boy batunuulira eno video era nga bajjajjira babajja beera bajjukira titwaliko wali waggulu kuwe ne manager Frank kubanga manager waffe wa We Are Youth Organization bamwija manager Frank. Shout out to Senjako manager Frank tusima emirimu gyonna gy'okola gwe twakwasa obuvunaanyizibwa otambuza organization eno naye akute ku baana bangi. Okay. Artists, boxers, banabitone. So us as leaders wano mu Kawempe sijja gamba asimi as a leader because sina mu leader mulala gwe manyi ku ground ye Kawempe. Nze ngaze ngezezaako kola party yange. I will not talk about the predecessors, but this is not my role. It is the government's role to take care of its citizens. Fe tuyambako buyambi. Okay. Era njagala ogambe Uganda yenna ali eyo. Everyone there who looks at their member of parliament and thinks it is the job of a member of parliament to take care of children, pay school fees, build roads. No, that is not the job of the member of the parliament. The job of the member of the parliament is to transcend your problems to the legislature, and the legislature to find solutions which are then executed by the executive. But stop burdening your MPs. Your MPs come in as help and as intermediaries. If they decide to help, it is up to them, their choice. But all the burden lies on the government, which takes your taxes, and instead of giving them back to you, they use them in their lavish expenses. Their children are studying abroad, they are traveling in convoys, they are buying expensive weapons, which Uganda is not at war or is not at any threat of war. I once had a speech from my role model and idol when he was saying, for us, we do not know anything about housing, tumanyi bya mundu. And I further felt disappointed. Wobero manyi bya mundu Uganda amayizo ginunula kati va ku bukulembeze amanyi ebyokulabirira abantu ajje. Kati I think us as Ugandans, normally the ones sikubye, these are the Ugandans' rights inherent. Tebatuyamba kutuwa sente zaffe. No. Tebatuyamba kutulabirira. Tebatuyamba kutuwa security. Mpulira ababeera bawo. Twabaleetera eddembe. Mbeera temwagala direta muve mu gavumenti tunoonye abalala abalireeta because we bali. Yes. Oyagala kwogeranga waliwo omusajja yayogera n'agamba nti mmwe abagamba nti mwayiwa omusaayi tugende ku blood bank tugubaddize. No. Ekisooka teyali yabatuma. Those guys destabilized Uganda from Amin's government. They went to Mozambique ne bakomawo ne bakola zikku. So no one sent them, though we appreciate what they did. That is why most of us youth leaders, Kaguta stands as our role model up to now. But chituluma okulaba nti berabira, they forgot too soon the mistakes of their predecessors. Ate bali tulangira kiringa muzadde kutandika langira mwana buli lunaku nze nkugulira emmere kati obadde oyagalani abamugulira emmere neighbor. So government has to take care of its citizens. Bave mu ebyo ebyekidongo enizo biyita ebyokugamba nti ffe twabawa eddembe sima yaffe tuwadde security kati ani alina otuwa security bayeekera no era mwe mulina otuwa security so on those matters of concern the government should check itself.
Okay. Honorable, what do you feel about the current situation, the political-wise? What is this political environment right now? Is it harsh? Is it fair?
Politics has never been fair. But what should I call it? We are under authoritarianism. We are not under democracy. But we are under a rule which shields us with a blanket of democracy, but passes behind to put their own choices. They manufacture and they artificially insert who they want to insert and remove who they want to remove. So, sawa zineno, the political atmosphere is not democratic. The political atmosphere is being controlled by a certain group of people. Kale tubayite ba mafia, Uganda wa bulijjo kyalinza obba nga alaba eyo. Nti bano ba mafia betuli abamu bemanyiiko besitajja kwogera manyo bakusongamu abatuula ne basalirawo eggwanga lineeno abasobola okukusongamu ne bagamba nti kati oyo talibeera kino mu bukulembeze era nga toli kibeera until their regime will cease existence. That is now the current political field. That either osalawo ofuke kazanyirizi ozanye nabo ng'aba opposition abasinga we tubalaga we baafuuka ti boogera mu kamera ebikanga ne badda emabega ne basikayo buddoola ne bamala ne bakola nabo or wosalawo to go outright okubalwanisa they also fight you. So embeera ya democracy.
Honorable, nakulabako ku Bukedde. I think you were posted ku Bukedde. I think it was not Bukedde, it was BBS, I think. Telefine, if I'm not mistaken. They were asking you about why you've come, what you guys are you believe in a certain leader, though you didn't come under his party. Honorable, do you think that young people have any bit of trust in political parties, isn't it? You came as an independent, sorry, but opposition leaning. Why? If you look at the disorganization in opposition, you look at the different political parties, you look at their agendas, you will get to know that these political parties, their main agenda is to fight a certain political individual, idea, and a party, and a goal. Waneno mu Uganda, most political parties were formed to fight and keep the current political party in power. Nti inzo okwegatta ku system eyo nengamba nti angenze mu kibiina X. Obo supporting the
system eyo.
Okay.
But as an independent who has the passion to see this country develop for a greater cause, I can use my voice and influence which will grow gradually with time, surely. Okubeera nga ate nsobola okudealinga with these different political parties and maybe with the time see how they can come together. But no one benefits from existence of multiple political parties than the government which is ruling itself. That is why it sponsors these political parties to exist. Furthermore, it bribes their politicians to compromise them. One time, Honorable Semoju yaliko ku TV n'agamba Norbert Mao nti osayinize Unemployment Act, tosayinize partnership, which was right. Mao signed an act to NRM to strategically work with DP to see a transition of power. But that was just to keep Mao at bay. Because heads like Mao in opposition can be a headache. So why don't you give Mao false hope that one day maybe he'll be the Speaker of Parliament, or one day maybe he'll be the President? You can even make him the Speaker of Parliament, or you can make him the Vice President, or Prime Minister, because he will get one of those positions which I've mentioned. But you can keep him, you can give him one of those. No, one sweet, kale kwata sweet, and he be at bay, not a kusumbu. So this exact system by same continuously again and again. And as the youth, fetulio fueling a system wenu. Njogena no tunuli omuvubuka baguddewo ekibiina kosajjo na kiyingira. Simaya baguddewo ekibiina bali kiro nchinga bali ansaniya ogenzo omulabyeyo. Simaya baguddewo ekibiina kiri staged mu certain political location. Simaya chema saka bali nyenya miti nawe n'ogenda. So ate oluvannyuma n'omala n'ogamba oyagala nkyukakyuka n'omala n'ovuga emmolokayo akamolokako ne kagwa mu kinnya n'owooza mbu simanyi ate twagudde mu binnya ate ng'ogamba towagira gavumenti eriko. Obeera ogiwagidde by supporting these various and diversified political systems. Olaba waliwo engeri nnyingi nnyo ey'okutta emmese. Osobola okutta emmese mu ngeri nnyingi. Osobola ogiteera emmere mu nnyumba n'eyingira mu nnyumba n'ogiraba n'ogitemako omutwe. Kati that is government eriko. So government eriko attracts politicians with money. Wojanga they decapitate you. Kati tunuulira opposition essaawa zinene. Sorry to say, but it has been decapitated. Nawuliddeko ba new political entrants nga bagamba nga bakozesa statements like, how can we say a virgin does not give birth before you test them? But my dear, politics does not work like that. No tunuya democracy zikuze, they have legislators who have been in parliament for 20 years, 30. At times there is a moment where politics needs seniority rather than new faces. And His Excellency understands that more than you do, more than I do. He has the seniority, but he does not want anyone else to gain that seniority. Whatever any member of parliament atani sofuna that seniority, they decapitate you. Bakujao. Kati Baganda baffe ba Honorable Matthias Mpuga. They gave them wealth to decapitate them.
Honorable Zekuba.
They tunulira ba Honorable Segona. Gave them wealth and fame. Afterwards to guillotine them. So embera yonna ekozesebwa the current regime has been mainly based on these political structures.
Is it wrong for a person to say that politics is more of a business?
It is not a business.
Those people that you've mentioned that I don't want to mention, you're saying they gave them money. Do you know that young people go into politics as a career? Do you know you don't?
I do know.
Do you think it is more of politics or it's more of business?
It is not business. But the current regime is making it business.
How?
And is making it normal to make it business. Tetugenda wala nnyo, tugende mu kalulu k'emakerera akali ogenda mu maaso. We are seeing that some certain individual has normalized the use of money because that certain individual knows some certain individuals running the country. So they're having access to the money, bringing in artists, spilling money everywhere, bribing buli kiramu n'ekifu. Tuve ku nsonga z'emakerere. Nga wenkulaze nti waliyo political candidate ye yatulaze nti involving resources and different influence mu byokulonda bineeno even at a university level kirinomu. Tutunulye monetization azze mu politics omungi. Ogambye nti politics business ze n'empakana. Politics ekimufudde business is the people who are ruling because they want it to look as a business so that we lack quality leaders. Tutunulire Engineer Kawesi. Wali tosuubya engineer Kaweesi kubanga yasinga ennyumba ye ajje mu parliament abeereko ne byakola ebyamagezi. Era olwalibadde oyingira parliament kwe kwalifunye salary loan kununula bintu bye. Awo Museveni waatwagala nti ba members of parliament abajja babeere in debt because he has made perspection mu public nti omukulembeze wajja mulina omusaba ssente, omukulembeze wajja alina okukola donations, rather than owuliriza omukulembeze kikyaleeta ku board n'omubiri gwagenda oyiwawo ne biki byagenda okukola. Kati in the end n'abakulembeze bano bafuuka frustrated ne bagamba why abantu baagala ssente kangende neewole nteeke mu kalulu. But this comes from the top. It's a rotten system that ekyennyanja bwe kiba kivunda kitandikira ku mutwe. Era ky'oba olaba wobeera oyera amadaala otandikira ku ddaala lya waggulu si ku lya wansi. Kitegeeza monetization ava waggulu. Twalaba omukulembeze w'eggwanga nga wano baali bagamba nti the country has no money to increase emisaala gy'abasomesa. But wano we yali atambula mu campaign nga almost olunaku asobola ogaba 1 billion ng'atuuka mu kifo abo mbawadde million 10, abo mbawadde million 3, abo nkoze bwe bati, abo nkoze bwe bati, because he thinks that is better rather than empowering
service delivery
and the people who he rules. He rather gives them peanuts to keep them yearning, to frustrate the systems and to make them blind of what is actually happening.
Okay. Does it beat the narrative that a win is a win?
First of all, politics is about to serve. Politics si show. Si kutulaga nti gwasinga ssente, gwasinza entertaining abantu, gwasinza okwogera de makerere wo, simaya de wati wo, simaya wewewe wo. No. Politics is serving and dedication.
Honorable, you're sorry to bring in a name, but there is a name I want to ask you about, and if you believe in whatever he was saying or fronting as his, in his campaigns. Honorable Luzzi. Yali ayogera ebintu nga bya pertinent. There are things that are reality. Do you believe in his ideology?
Not everything. Not everything.
But to some extent,
first of all, a leader you have to be humble.
Which is not. He's not humble.
He's not humble. But if he can take away that pride of not being humble, he's a good leader. If we could have like 50 of him in parliament, abasigadde bonna ne bali fulumye.
Because personally,
singa twalinayo baruzi nga 5 abali humble, si Luzzi aliko kati. Baruzi nga 5 abali humble abalina foresight abasobola okupulaninga. Ate abateetya abali self-spoken, abali brave, and who are rich and have resources like him. Because ye mugagga, yali talina ky'anona mu parliament. Yali azze kola side hustle. Maybe even the happiness of having the honorable name, which is not a bad thing, because buli omu aba agenda to do something, they have an individual selfish interest. But removing the humble part, if we had 50 Luzzis and 10 Semujus, Parliament would move. And maybe there is another honorable, he's called Odong Oto, very great man. Parliament would move, but Parliament we are
Zake? What of Honorable Zake?
No comment. Parliament we are having in Parliament we are having a ton of noisemakers with no actual work plan. As I told you, it is called the legislature for a reason. Not studio, not music bass, not
Katemba,
not comedy, not punching box, whatever which the 11th parliament had become. I hope when I'm a member of parliament abajja temugenda fuula the 12th parliament Katemba. Though we need service. Shout out to Honorable Luzzi for your brilliant ideas. When nobody eyo, if you can pick some ideas from Honorable Luzzi, it would be great. Though Honorable Luzzi bana bantu bo era olusoba you know bakwasamuko kumpisa n'obwetowaze. But he's a very great guy and he would make a great legislator
so
in the future.
Honorable, as we wind up on this topic, personally I believe in you. Yeah, I believe in you and I believe in your ideologies. What are some of those things that your voters missed out by not taking you to parliament?
I would say I once made a statement on NBS is that when we lose the vote, we lose it all. Only one wins. But for us, we don't lose who are participating. It is the people of Kawempe who lose. The people of Kawempe lost, electing an elderly woman who no longer has energy to come to the ground.
But you are the same person who has said that seniority is key. Seniority
is key when you have been in parliament.
Okay.
Not when you are a new entrant.
Okay.
It is better to bring in a youth who can gain the seniority and serve you for 20 years or 25, rather than electing an elderly who will serve for 5 and you would need to change a leader again. Every leader comes with their own new perspectives, new roles, new visions. So if a person, and 5 years are not many, if a person is only going to serve 5 years, get affected by health, or natural disasters, or occurrence, or emyaka nejimugendako atakyasula, it will be a waste of time. But if there is an opportunity, nga waliwo a 45-year-old man nga bade mu parliament 15 years, I would duly elect them. Muna Uganda yenna ali eyo nawulira amulonda amugamba oyo aluddeyo nnyo aveeyo. Politics system si kusaaga nti bali eri bali matooke, nti bali eri bazannya nti tuli mu muzannyo. Nedda. Those people are actually working and they know the parliament better. It is not a matter of kuwa bantu chances bagende bagezese. Buli bukulembeze waffe ate ki affectinga gwe omulonzi. Though ate siri kutegeeza nti tulonde abasajja abakulidde emyaka. Walizo ba omusajja akulidde emyaka nga ye ayagala kujja mu parliament kisanja kimu afuneyo ka retirement package. Ne mumunyula. Ate ne mufiirwa n'abanyukiramu ye nadduka. Ate waliyo n'abavubuka era ababanyukiramu era ne badduka besitajja kwogera mannya. So we should kindly be vigilant nga tulonda abakulembeze baneeno. Sometimes by the seniority teva mu kusavinga. Sometimes seniority eva ku muntu banga kiri amaze n'abantu. I feel like I am young of age but I have the seniority to lead. Because abantu bano mpangadde nabo manyi what to do and I have the vision and ideas which oversee my constituency and I can help the region at large.
Okay.
Yes. So when we talk about seniority, do not look at seniority only in age.
Okay.
Seniority is taken in service. They babadde mu parliament and they have performed. There are people who have been in parliament and they have performed. Why shouldn't they go back? There is being in parliament and you have not performed. That is seniority by service. Tested, approved and trusted. Oyo ne waddayo. Ne tutunia seniority by age. It is not valid. Kubanga waliwo mu Uganda ekigamba n'omuntu akuba engoma omukulu n'azina. So do not look at seniority basing on age. I don't look at seniority basing on service.
I don't want to go individual. I don't want to go personal. But what is your take on George Musisi and the former honorable?
The former honorable has tested, approved, and he was trusted. A move to remove him, I think, came as a master plan. If you to fight someone, you can empower and decapitate them. So right now, ekibiina ky'obukulembeze kirina amaanyi, a national platform. So His Excellency funded and made sure that block y'abassemujju teyegatta ku National Unity Platform. Ne bagenda ne bakola ekibiina kyabwe Katonga PFF. Ne beesimira entaana y'okuva mu by'obukulembeze.
Sorry to ask, was it funded by the government?
We can never know, but most probably it was. Most political parties are funded by the government to start. That is why olaba zonna zibeera n'amalala nga tezaagala kwegatta ku political party enkadde. But gwe kubamu akafaananyi ku maanyi abo bassemujju ge balina singa beegatta ku National Unity Platform. I think that it does not work one way. The National Unity Platform also has challenges. Couldn't they reach out for dialogue?
Which I'm very sure it was done.
We can't know. We were not there. And in politics,
from sources.
Which source? Which source?
From sources.
Tolimba bana Uganda.
They're saying dialogue was put on table, but I think the leadership of NU.
They did agree about some strategic alliances. But there was no complete dialogue of a complete alliance. Nga whatever PFF ba agreeing an ant to have a complete dialogue ne bagambe era bagenda wagira mugisha muntu. That wasn't the case for National Unity Platform and PFF. PFF and the National Unity Platform, their dialogue was a bit different. They had a dialogue ya buterana. But tebayinako dialogue nti nze wensimbi omuntu togenda simbawo. Tebayinako dialogue titugenda kola fenna to fight some certain issues. They did never had a dialogue that wonabera ofunye ba MP we bati nefuna ba MP we bati bali yimirira ku floor ya parliament, they will all vote on the same issue as we agree.
Okay.
These certain kinds of dialogues zibula opposition, and His Excellency makes sure they do not happen. That is why Akabina X or Karaba Kabina Katononyu naye nako kaina gye kajja ssente ne kagaana okwegatta ku kibiina ekinene ekiyinza okutambuza goal. So first of all, we should fight the disunity eri mu opposition parties. Though we have to look at the devil who brought the disunity and mark him clearly. Waliogezeke omusawo nagamba watch what you eat. Omubaka wa parliament yali eyo, watch what you eat. Sentence ezijja, watch what you eat. Abafuga ebibiina, watch what you eat. It comes with strings attached. Ogenda akasente n'okafuna. The parties, you get those fundings. DP, they go to those strategic fundings. But Kyagulanyi abantu ba DP abasinga obungi abesimbyewo bali mu bipande bya yellow nga kuliko enkumbi naye ng'ekipande kya yellow. That means divide and rule. Batujjako DP, one of the most senior political academies, and they made it their playground. How sure are we that opposition wetuteefubeko ne twetereza ne tudda ku mmeeza ne tuteesa ne tulwana ekitusumbuwa n'ebibiina ebiriko kati bye tulwana nabyo tebajja bidissolvinga babirye? Just 10 years back, FDC was here. Right now, FDC playground ya His Excellency. Ajjayo gwayagala, Amongo, Tayebwa, Sibambi. So, I think you can relate what I'm saying. So, if the political parties in the opposition right now are not serious about dialogue,
Honorable, njagala tuogere ku kintu kya mental health. It is one of those things I personally think it is underlooked. I have a question. Do people in society take this topic of mental health seriously? First of all, what is mental health for the starters?
Someone's well-being of the mind and state of thought. That is mental health.
Kati omulabi waffe oli owaggonde owe sagala koyisa kyalo
obulamu bw'endowooza y'omuntu okubeera nga bweyagaza kitulizo yita okubeera obulungi bw'obwongo or mental health mu direct translation.
So do you think society is taking it serious?
Society, as I have a very negative thought about what mental health has been made to. Mental health has been made by the Western culture to make the youth sympathize for themselves. Yes, mental health is a priority, but it has been used to make the youth lazy. Okera toyina mulimu n'ogamba I'm depressed.
Mpita mu bingi.
So yes, mental health needs priority, but fighting the things that push people to those extents is what needs more priority. Tutunulira abaana abalenzi ebintu ebibakozesa pornography, ne tutunulira pornography, ne tutunulira fiction omuyitirivu, fiction oyo aleeta obutemu, fiction abeera mu cartoons, ebintu webityo. So things that make the youth feel less of themselves. Ebintu the Western culture byeyafuula normal. Tutunulira violence was made normal. Tutunulira kati tuddeko issue ya violence, the gender-based violence. It is a bit normal for a youth, female, to assault a boy
or male.
And they were empowered to do it. That kizibu nnyo ogenda oloopa omuwala ku poliisi nti yankubye ne bakikkiriza.
Yeah, true.
So this is how they are supporting to decapitate people's mental health. Because there is a certain system, it is national-wise. Tekiri waneeno. There is a certain level, tulinza okiyita matrix. There is a certain level bwe batwagala tubeere nga tulowooleza, tulemeyisaawo. So they put up situations like depression. Yes, depression exists. But stress. Yes, you can be depressed due to stress. But you can find someone saying, I'm depressed, nga talina kimu depressing. We are under a surge of the highest rates of suicide. Naye nga bw'olaba omwana ekimukozesa suicide, olw'okuba yalabye omwana oli ng'alina essimu empya. These are things which we do not preach our children or our brothers and sisters about. Patience. Kati patience affects someone's mental health. Nemutwala mu depression. So why don't we put circles to preach such messages? Wakite tuteekawo circles to show disadvantages ezigenda oleetera abantu okubeera mu depression and other mental non-healthy states ate zijja better as a therapy. Rather than okuleka abantu ebintu ebibamakinga okubeera nga they are not mentally healthy, to continue with them. We look at social media. It is a very good platform, but if not regulated, can cause harm. I do not mean censor. Censor and regulate is different. Censor is changing information to suit a certain kind of message. That is not right. But you can regulate some harmful information from coming out. Why are we airing songs advocating for violence? Lwaki tuwa abantu platform nga kati nalabye n'ebintu bye nalabye recently ne tuwa abantu tetusijjagamba nti baganda baffe abakola omulimu gwa nekoleya jange si bantu ne wati tubawa platform ne tubakyaza ku zi broadcast ne tubakyaza ku ma TV
to show that it is okay.
Omwana ali eyo omuwala emitwalo 10 we ginamugula ajja kwetunda because it is okay. Regulate that information.
So Honorable, why do you think that young people struggle so much to talk about these things, especially the boy child?
It is the society. that society looks at the boy child as someone who's supposed to be strong. The boy children at the moment are getting into families very early. Kati oli abeera n'omwana at 22, 23, alina omwana alina omukazi. Even if he has a mental health problem, obanga alina kyayitamu, ayinza okubeera nga tali able kubeera ng'ayogera. So I think we should put up more circles kyekirinza okuyamba. Ffe waneeno tulina talks ze tuba nazo Friday night, ne tutuulako n'abavubuka, ne twogera nabo concerning their dreams. Sometimes people just need to share their goals and dreams ne wabeera tagenda kukikola. And I also encourage buli muvubuka aliyo to open up, oyogere ku birooto byo, and practice them. Do not wait for anyone. Because as a man, teri buyambi bugenda kujjawo. You have to be hardworking, ate ng'oyiiya. That is where help will find you.
Honorable, when should, as we finalize on this topic, when should someone seek for help?
First supplement to why people feel obuzibu, normally the boy children,
to open up,
is that there is a stigma that omusajja wayogera ku kizibu kye turns out to be weak.
Taba musajja
chimala kati kisajja tutunuulira ne families. Otunuulira omusajja wagenda n'agamba mukazi we nti sente zankengeddeko. If a woman is coming from a bit of a powerful family, there is where she starts despising this individual man. And these are all perceptions ezireetera abantu okubeera nga they do not open up. Abasajja ne babeeraawo nga balina ebibanyiga. I think there should be more avenues to hear out to these people and give them hope. And also put up measures and checks, mainly in marriages, because mu bufumbo mwe musinga okuva mental health related problems, mainly to the men. That we should also listen to the men's sides rather than fully siding with the women on everything. Let us go to the question,
Yes. When should someone seek for help? And still, as I want you to conclude with a question that say, you as a leader, have you put that platform for people to come and open up to you? You've talked about where we are youth organization, and I'm very sure you as a leader go ground. Have you put on that otaddewo embeera eyo nti buli omu muvubuka asobola okuva eri, be it boy, be it girl, najja n'ayogera naawe about certain things that can cause, these mental health things?
I have an office out Masao.
Okay. Can you tell the viewers where the office is?
The office is in Kazo, Tebuyoreka, Ketumuliro Road. Office say we welcome everyone.
Okay.
And no discriminating gender, no age, no status. And I always interact with these people one-on-one.
Okay.
Never better to bansanze or they interact with my team, and we always assist. Let it be mental, let it be physical, let it be financial.
Okay.
So me, I have my own measures, and through the organization, we have also put up ways.
Okay.
Naye obuziza, when should someone seek for assistance? I think someone should seek for assistance every day.
Okay.
I think abantu tufune people who we trust. Everyone should have a team. Gwaliye wabweru funayo team yo y'abantu babiri basatu. Boweesiga. Nga mugenda meetingangamu olweggulo, oba munywa kachai, abanywa kabbiya, oba mukutte kabbiya. Mwogere ku byabadde mu lunaku. Ti man, ennaku zino akasente kabuze. Oli akugambye, kituufu keekutte naye ninawo kaddiiru kaneeno. Through these sharings, we shall get more opportunities. We shall diversify our ideas and minds. Temutulaawo kwekubagiza, mufune emikwano egibagasa, ate on different levels, ate egibaagala. Ate temwesiba ku mikwano gitabaagala. Oli wakulaga nti ye takwagala, ng'omwesonyiwa. You find other friends. There are very many people abali willing okubeera mikwano gyamwe. Nze ndi willing okubeera mukwano gwo, kasita obeera oli willing okubeera mukwano gwange. We can make things work. Just by creating small circles of friends, you can go a kilometer alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go as a team. Create teams, create alliances, create useful friendships. Always open up. There is no particular time when you should open up every day. But to a particular team, you're setting it.
Okay.
So,
Honorable, there is something that is called unity in diversity. As a politician, as a leader. Me, I know you as a leader. I don't want to call you a politician. Do you believe in unity and in diversity?
First of all, what is unity in diversity? Abantu batulabeyo. Unity in diversity kitegeeza enkolagana ey'eddembe between different ethnic groups, religions, tribes, and people of different backgrounds. Kyekyo ekigambo unity in diversity kitegeeza.
Okikiririzaamu? Do you believe in it?
Yes. Because first of all, let us use Uganda as the surface space. An example.
Okay.
Uganda has very many tribes. So if you do not believe in unity in diversity, how are you going to survive? You have to be able to work with these different ethnic groups and tribes and cultures. And you can go and fit in. Because if you do not, then you cannot survive in Uganda. A country which is very rich in culture and tribe.
I'm talking about unity in diversity because I believe we are trying to create a better place for us. You're a politician, but of course, ebiruma your voters be ebiruma abali ekaramoja. Regardless of where they're coming from, regardless of whatever they believe in. So the whole thing is the reason why I asked you if you believe in it, and the reason why I say that I believe, I see you as a leader, because I've seen you interact, I've seen you ngabuliomu. You're coming everybody. Have you got any challenges? Any challenges nga abantu bayina engeri bakola, because we have seen it and in situations in areas and we have been in the elections of recent year ngolaba abantu certain people nga erinnya lye I don't know if I can okay, I don't want to use names, but katugeze erinnya ly'omuntu nga lya Munyankole naye because yeesimbye mu Buganda abantu ne bagamba oyo si waffe. Do you believe that is unity and diversity?
First of all, that is not unity and diversity. I'm ngena kwewerako example. Nainako an issue. I needed the assistance from the police. Ngenda ku Kawempe police station. Ningira office ya OC. DPC ajja. They started discussing my issue in their language, a Western language. A police station here in the central region. Why are you discussing your issues in your home language? That is not unity in diversity. Unity in diversity is understanding that we are not in our home region. Let us use a neutral language, which is English. Why should we be discussing in languages which is not going to understand? So this imperialism by a certain clique of individuals is what brought in the last elections, seeing that a certain tribe or group of ethnicity was segregated. Because people here in the central feel like a certain tribe wants to ethnically cleanse us out of politics. The ones who belong in the central. So as a defense mechanism, those are the words they had to say. But the people in the central are very welcoming people, because if they were not, the capital city would never be here. It would not be the king of Uganda who signed the 1900 agreement. So I would say the word unity in diversity is being stepped on by those who are fronting imperialism and nepotism in different places of employment, opportunity, and power and service delivery. Mainly the police. You find a certain police individual, he stops you because you don't know a certain Western tribe, you get a ticket. He stops another one who knows a certain Western tribe, he lets him go. You go to certain lines in certain ministries. If you know a certain language, you pass. If you
don't know
a certain language, you wait.
You wait.
You are arrested. Idle. Baba kute idle. Baba tute ku police. Ne wabeerawo amanyi a certain language osirwa amanyi. Ajja basoko fuluma. Nga mutemuna fuluma. So unity in diversity has been stepped on, and nepotism and imperialism has been promoted. These are factors zetwabuusa amaaso nga zikyali nto, and at the moment ziri kutuluma in the back, because effects zaazo teziruma ate bakoleddwako bokka. Nti tulinza okugamba nti a certain tribe esosodde a certain tribe, but effects will be that certain tribe sosodde yo tribe yokka. No, effects ate zikwata buli omu. Nti certain tribe wewulya ng'ensosoddwa ate efuuka nsosoze. Akantu akalibadde akatono, we can all live in peace. We can all live in harmony.
Okay.
No need for you to be in your office and I come to your office because I'm not from a certain tribe and you refuse to work on me in time. If you do not work on me, get out of the office and go back to your home district. Do not waste our time as Ugandans. If you are appointed to serve, practice unity in diversity. Police, if you are appointed to protect and serve, do not come to step us on the heads because you think you are from a chosen tribe. We are all God's chosen people.
Honorable, do you have any final remarks for our viewers?
Final remarks for our viewers. Thank you very much for watching. My final remarks are nothing much. Mvubuka yimuka genda okole. Gweba appointing okuweereza, stand up and go and serve with equality. Mothers, take care of the homes. Fathers, do not forget your duties. Leaders, you are not doing us a favor by giving us some of our resources or by taking care of us. I've had statements from leaders saying, a certain area did not vote me. That's why it gets service delivery last. We are your people and you are not helping us. We are the ones paying the taxes. You are not giving us any money of yours. So serve us right and we shall appreciate. Serve us wrongly and we shall oppose you. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. I appreciate you hosting me.
Remember to catch us on we on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, The Perception. It has been an honor to host you, Honorable, and we believe to hear from you
Again soon.
And thank you very much, our viewers. Bye.